For the benefit of those who do not understand my native language, our khutbah for today is discrimination, a recipe for disaster. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, today we gather to reflect on a critical issue that threatens the harmony of our communities and the well-being of humanity, which is discrimination. My brothers and sisters in Deen, we must understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator of every one of us, of all things on earth, in the heavens and the earth. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it clear to us that we all are His creatures and we come from one man and one woman, and that is our father, Prophet Adam alayhi salam, and our mother Hawa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Al-Hujurat, chapter 49, verse 13. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhan nasu inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. In this noble verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling upon mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, Inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha. Certainly, we have created you from what? From a single pair of male and female. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا. And we made you into nations and tribes. لِتَعَارَفُوا. That you may know yourselves, that you may know each other. إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. The most honored in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who fears Him, the one who is pious. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna Allah alimun khabir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is indeed all-knowing, all-aware. My brothers and sisters, indeed, this verse is teaching us that we are all creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you shouldn't think that you are better than some people because of your tribe, because of the color of your skin, or because of where you come from. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose that for you. You did not choose that for yourself. So what makes you think you are special? Because of something you have no knowledge about. You were not there when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was deciding for you what kind of color you have, what tribe or where you come from. So you shouldn't use that as a yardstick to think or to judge others and think you are better than them. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator of the heavens and the earth and everything that is within, that is in the earth. So my brothers and sisters, indeed, let us try as much as possible to avoid a situation where you discriminate, when you isolate people because of your own, because of your skin color, or because of your tribe, or because of where you come from. Do not think you are above other people. Do not think you are ahead of them. Because what makes you to be ahead of them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Lord, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. That is the only thing that could make you to be ahead of other people. It is what? Your piety. How pious are you? That is the question you need to ask yourself. That is what you should be more concerned about. Because that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more concerned about. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not concerned about your skin color or whatever you are. He is concerned about your level of piety. And that is why you must take that serious more than any other thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also told us in another surah, in another verse, in Surah Rum, chapter 30, verse 22. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِلْعَالِمِينَ. In this noble verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ, and of His signs, خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, that what He created these heavens and the earth, وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ, and He what? And He made you into what? Into different languages and what? And colors. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِلْعَالِمِينَ. Certainly, this is a sign for those who have knowledge, for those who are knowledge, for those who know. So this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us again that He created the heavens and the earth, and He also created us into what? Into different tribes and colors. So it is not your own creation. Had it been it is your own creation, you can say, yes, I am special, I'm different because I made myself like this. But you did not make yourself like that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you like that. So what makes you think you are different? Or what makes you think you are special? If you should get a needle to pierce your body, the same color of blood that will come out, the same thing that will come out from somebody with a different skin color as yours, or different tribe, or different ethnicity. So you must think, you must make sure that you reflect and think, am I better than this person? What makes me better? What makes me think I'm better? And the truth is that you are not better. The only thing that can make you to be better is what? Is to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will not discriminate. You will not see yourself different from other people. You will not treat other people like they are nothing because they are not of the same tribe as you, or because they are not of the same, or you're not from the same place, or because they do not have the same skin color like yours. And the funniest thing about discrimination is that it occurs anywhere. Even among the blacks, they discriminate. Even among people of the same tribes, they discriminate. That is when you say, these people, they are this, they are tribes, and you are all of the same. You are all of the same tribe. Maybe the dialect might be different. So, my brothers and sisters in Deen, let us try as much as possible to see every human as human, and not you seeing them as subordinate, or seeing them as people who are not up to you because you feel or you think that your skin color is special or different from theirs. The Prophet ﷺ told us in a hadith that لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. The Prophet ﷺ in this hadith told us that none of you is a true believer until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Meaning, you cannot call yourself a true believer if you are treating other people in a manner that you will not want to be treated. So this hadith is telling us that we all are the same. So you should look beyond the physical appearance or whatever. We should think more about humanity. We should think more about, this person is a human like me and he deserves a good life. So whatever I want for myself, whatever good I want for myself, I want for this person. So my brothers and sisters in Deen, let us try as much as possible that we avoid any situation that will make us to discriminate other people, or to discriminate among people, or to think we are better than other people. Let us try as much as possible to treat people right, be good to them, irrespective of their skin color, irrespective of their tribe or ethnicity or whatever it is that you use to judge them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also made it clear to us that we are equal. He made it clear to us. In Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 195, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us that فَاسْتَجَابَ لَهُمْ رَبُّهُمْ أَنِّي لَا أُضِيعُ عَمَلَ عَامِلٍ مِّنكُم مِّن ذَكَرٍ أَوْ أُنثَىٰ بَعْضُكُم مِّن بَعْضٍ. In this noble verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, He's talking about some people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala فَاسْتَجَابَ لَهُمْ رَبُّهُم, their Lord. So their Lord responded to them. Then He said, Allah told them that أَنِّي لَا أُضِيعُ عَمَلَ عَامِلٍ أَنِّي لَا أُضِيعُ عَمَلَ عَامِلٍ مِّنكُم مِّن ذَكَرٍ أَوْ أُنثَىٰ. In this noble verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling them that what? I will never deny any of you, male or female, what? Your reward. بَعْضُكُم مِّن بَعْضٍ. Both are equal in reward. Meaning both of you are equal in reward. And I know at some point, some of women will begin to think, how can you say we are equal? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa," that is the mistake we make as men. The truth is that "Ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa" only gave you a responsibility. "Ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa" means that what? You are taking that position because that position is giving you a responsibility to carry. So it doesn't mean that you are different or you are more special in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If a woman fears Allah more than you fear Allah, then she is more special to Allah than you are. So your gender has nothing to do with this. And what it means is that you as a man, if you carry out your responsibility as expected of you, you will earn the same reward as a woman who carries out her own responsibility as expected of her. So we are all equal when it comes to reward. So if a man prays, he earns the same reward. If a woman prays, she earns the same reward. If a man fasts, he earns the same reward. If a woman fasts, she earns the same reward. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making it clear that we all are equal when it comes to reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the most important thing, if you don't want to be equal with people in terms of reward, then you do more of righteous deeds. Then you become more pious. And that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum." Now, brothers and sisters, indeed, let us be very, very careful. Also, that you should not let hatred prevent you from treating people fairly. You should not let hatred for a certain tribe or ethnicity or maybe a group of people prevent you from treating them fairly or from giving them their rights. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned us in Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 8, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kunu qawwamina lillahi shuhada'a bil qist wa la yajrimannakum shana'anu qawmin 'ala alla ta'dilu i'dilu huwa aqrabu lit-taqwa wattaqullah Inna Allah khabirun bima ta'malun." In this noble verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu." He said, "O you who believe, kunu qawwamina lillahi shuhada'a bil qist." He said, you should stand firmly and bear true testimony for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa la yajrimannakum shana'anu qawmin 'ala alla ta'dilu. But do not let the hatred of a people lead you to injustice. Meaning you should not let the hatred for certain people prevent you from treating them justly. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "I'dilu huwa aqrabu lit-taqwa." He said, be just. That is closer to righteousness. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala went further and said, "Wattaqullaha innallaha khabirun bima ta'malun." He said, and what? And be mindful of Allah. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Innallaha khabirun bima ta'malun. Surely Allah is all aware of what you do. So my brothers and sisters, indeed, this is a verse that we all must reflect on. If you have people in working with you in an organization and you are thinking because you are of different tribes, so you don't want, because they are due for promotion, you refuse to promote them. They have some certain rights. There are some certain things that they're supposed to enjoy, they're supposed to benefit, they're supposed to get working in that organization. But because you feel they are not of your tribe or you are not of the same ethnic background, so because of that, for that reason, you prevent them. You should not do that. If you are doing that, you should go and make sure you stop that. One way or the other, some of us are guilty of that. So we must try as much as possible to treat people fairly, irrespective of their tribe, irrespective of their skin color, irrespective of where they come from. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and make us people who will treat people fairly. And this is one of the reasons why we have issues today in the world, because some people feel that their own lives are more important than that of others, and that is why they do not care what happens to other people. So let us try as much as possible as believers that we treat people fairly and we do not discriminate and we do not practice any form of discrimination or racism. because this is something that is common in our society. And it's something that even happens among people who share the same color or even who have the same skin color and so on. So it means that this thing doesn't have a limit. There will always be a reason why people want to discriminate. But be that person who will not want to have a reason to discriminate, but a reason to unite. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and make us better Muslims. My brothers and sisters in deen, let us try as much as possible to learn from this khutbah and practice what we have learned today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and accept our dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to protect us from all evils. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to strengthen us and increase us in iman and increase us in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as well. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to guide us and make our country a better place. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروا الله العظيم الجليل يذكركم واشكروه على آلائه ونعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون قوموا إلى الصلاة يرحمكم الله.